Welcome back to another episode of 13 Feet and Counting. We made it, another episode.
Yes, we did.
Can't believe it. Number 2, already here.
The big 2, yes. This is a huge milestone for us. Never thought we'd make it here. I thought we peaked.
Yeah.
But, we only go up.
Yeah, you're right. So, I have a proposition.
What you got?
Suck my I would love to start something on this channel where if you could comment just a would you rather, and we'll try to get one on every week. But for today, we'll go with the classic. Would you rather go back to the age of 5 with everything you know now, or know everything for future self, or know everything your future self will learn?
I think the amount of knowledge I learned from 5 to now is a lot less than I'm going to learn from now till I die. So I'd rather just know everything that's going to happen.
But it's
all that
basically
stuff.
20 years more to your life.
Yeah.
And if you felt like it,
But I don't want to
you
be a
could just
kid
read
again,
it.
man. Kids are chumps.
well, why do you say that?
I just don't have.
Do you just think kids are cringy? Because
They're cringy and sticky.
that is true. I mean,
Got them grimy little hands.
do you ever recall having this kind of out of body experience as a kid when you were just dude, I'm a kid and I know I suck? Because I had that.
I don't know. Maybe.
I can't say I had it when I was a kid. It was probably when I started getting my teenage years. I was like, dude, you're just a kid and you don't know you're being an annoying little twat.
Mm-hmm.
And then you realize that you've been nothing but a piece of garbage. So, I mean, not all kids are garbage, obviously.
I kind of got something like that where it was when I was a kid, I'd be telling my dad about something. He'd be watching TV, and he would clearly not be paying attention.
Yeah.
Just like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I picked up on them. Why doesn't he care about
Yeah.
my new Bionicle?
Yeah,
Why doesn't he care about my new Bionicle I got from Walmart? It's a big deal. And then I got older. And we had Justin growing up.
Yeah.
And he would be doing that stuff. And I'm doing the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You just tune out to kids.
They
just don't know. He's fine now though.
When I was
cool. He's a cool
when I
guy.
was younger, I used to stutter. I guess I just never
Good
got my thoughts out the way I wanted to, or I just didn't think about what I was going to say before I started talking, so I just stutter all the time. I just remember reflecting on that. I was probably 10 years old, and I was like, dude, what is wrong with me? Why am I stuttering?
Really?
And I asked my parents, I was like, why do I stutter so much? And they were like, you speak too fast for your own, your mouth is faster than your brain.
Yeah, I don't think self-aware children is a very common thing.
No. Well, it's when you hit your teenage years, you start to look back, and you don't. I guess when you're a teenager, I would say most teenagers want to grow up. They want to hit their 18th birthday, or they want to start to drive, and they want
For sure.
to hit 21.
Everyone just wants to get to that adult age until you get there, and you're like, man, I wish I could
Go back.
go back to
But then right here, you said you wouldn't go back.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I feel like I just.
How?
It is better, but if I gotta get to where I'm at again, I don't want to have to go through all that crap. I don't know.
Yeah, but now that you know what you know,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have to go through so much crap. That's the whole point.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, school would be really easy, I guess.
yeah,
I
you
don't
could
know,
get so many scholarships
I
to go
just
whatever
think-
school you wanted to.
There's so much more time from now to when I die. Hopefully, I don't know.
Well,
You never know. But
the
I think there's just more knowledge that I will learn
Yeah.
from now until then that I would be it's like net more knowledge.
well, an interesting take on the question is that are you going back to when you were 5 years old, or are you just turning 5 today? You know, because if you're going back in time, then you know a lot of things that are going to happen.
Like 9/11.
I think you were, well, were you 5 when 9/11 happened?
I would have knowledge of 9/11, and I would go up to my
What would
parents and
happen?
say,
Yeah.
"Mom and Dad, something very bad is about to happen."
What would happen if you, a 5-year-old child, went to the Pentagon or like tried to contact the president and were like, dude, 9/11? I don't think they'd believe you, obviously, because you're
If
a
you,
5-year-old.
like, called it like every detail. You were like, this plane hits at
Yeah.
this time. This plane hits at this time. Building collapses at
But
this
if you
time.
didn't know,
If you nailed it, I know, but
Yeah.
just just roll with it. I don't know what they could do. Like if you knew exactly what happened and like there was documented proof that you like wrote this letter or whatever
Mhm.
for the president before it happened, I feel like he'd get arrested.
he would
I would get arrested. As
You,
a
as a
child.
toddler.
Yeah,
be arrested,
yeah.
solitary confinement.
So like, I would get a knock on my door for sure. Sure, probably right.
Your parents, for sure.
Yeah, they'd
I mean,
probably
they-
go for them, assuming they wrote it, and they'd be like, "How do you know this stuff?"
Yeah. Or they would think that they were planning it and you
Mm-hmm.
were like,
I just happened to hear it or something. Yeah.
but it would be, well, yeah, they wouldn't even believe it was you because you're 5 and you're writing like a 24-year-old. So it's just interesting to think about, though, because going back to that core of the subject, when I was 5,
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember what I was doing. I mean, it was literally, I'm 5 years old. There was a point in time, like in every human life,
Mm-hmm.
where your mind turns on and you start remembering
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Like my first memory, I don't know if I was eating the cake or if I watched a recording of a birthday party where somebody was eating the cake, but I specifically remember eating like Thomas the Tank Engine or watching somebody eat Thomas the Tank Engine cake. And I don't know why that stuck with me. And I still remember to this day, as soon as I remembered that, I went to the kitchen and it was like breakfast time or something. And I told my mom, I was like, I want Thomas the Tank Engine cake. And my mom
Give
being
me Thomas.
my mom being the smartass that she is, she walked into our toy room, grabbed the Thomas the Tank Engine, and then put it on the kitchen table and then kept doing her thing.
Mm.
Shout out to my mom.
Shout out to moms.
Yeah.
Let's go, moms. I think my earliest memory was when I was riding. I think it was me and Josh. I think that's what it was. And we were riding in my grandparents' car, which is
Mhm.
now my car. And I was in the back, and we pulled into our house, like in our driveway,
Mm-hmm.
but the house was still being built.
Yeah.
So I think we did the math at some point. I think I would have been like 3 at the time.
Wow.
And I remember like looking and like the building was all framed and stuff, and there was like guys climbing all over it and all that.
Yeah.
And that's the earliest memory I got. And then it's a pretty big gap after that. I don't even know what my second
Mm-hmm.
earliest one is, but it was probably my 10th birthday party. Like,
10th birthday
yeah,
party.
like I don't remember like anything off the top of my head.
Oh, I mean, now that you mention it, I can't recall a specific birthday party
Yeah.
before
Like 6, 7 years old, I got nothing. Dude.
I think like the earliest birthday party I can remember is when I was like either 12 or 11 or something. And I just remember that because I invited as many people as I could, and it was a blast, dude. We played like tag outside, and I
Look at
vividly
you having friends.
I vividly
Look at
remember
you, look at this guy.
we were running outside, and it was like manhunt tag kind of like, but
Mhm.
we all started in my front yard and we all took off running in one direction, and somebody pushed me in the back and I started falling, and it was literally in slow motion, and I look to my left as I'm flailing my arms, and
Mhm.
one of my hands hits another friend in the back of the head, and I see him grab his head and slowly start to fall to the ground. And it was the funniest thing that has ever happened to me to this day.
Like you cut, G.
It was seriously with the force of an anvil, just smacking him in the back of the head, and we both just cracking up on the ground. I was a big kid too. I mean, I wasn't running fast, but I know that I hit him real hard.
It was a meaty slap.
Yeah.
Yeah, memories are weird, man. Sometimes stuff just sticks with you, and you're like, why? Why that moment?
It's, your memories are what make you the person that you are, because without the memories that you can't be yourself. All of the little things that made you you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if a murderer one day, like a serial killer, got hit on the head and he doesn't remember killing anybody, and he doesn't have the tendencies or anymore or anything like that, and is he still a serial killer? He's not the same person.
I mean, yeah, that's one way to look at it.
I mean, it's just a hypothetical.
It's just hypothetically speaking.
His body still committed the crimes, but his mind doesn't have any affiliation, or it doesn't associate anything.
It's pretty deep.
Yeah.
It's a pretty deep question.
So that's why, like, diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia are terrifying.
That kind of stuff is scary.
Because you're not even the same person you were before before you were affected.
Yeah. I think if I were to, I don't know how it is. I don't think anyone does. But, I feel like getting it, having Alzheimer's, would be a lot less bad than, watching a loved one get it. If my mom...
Well, yeah, you wouldn't know.
Yeah, exactly. If my mom or dad got it, that would suck.
Yeah.
That would suck. But, I feel like if you get it, you're just kind of
It's blissful ignorance. You just don't know.
I know sometimes they get a little...
Well, they can be they can be violent or scared because they don't know what's going on at the same time. Sense, yeah. When some people, when they have that kind of neurological disease, they depending on how far they are, sometimes they know what's going on for a glimmer, a little bit. They recognize what's going on, and then all of a sudden it's in the blink of an eye, they forget.
Scary stuff, dude.
It is. With that being said, would you ever go back and try to get rid of a memory? Just something it was really uncomfortable or embarrassing or...
I mean, everyone's had embarrassing moments.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's anything that I've ever done that was embarrassing enough that I would want to remove that, because I don't know, maybe that was important to my character development. Maybe it taught me something or something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't think so.
I do. I would. I have a memory.
What you got? Tell me.
6th grade. I think it was 6th grade at least, but. Just the first time, everybody's getting Facebook and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then, at our school, we had this game. It was the stupidest game ever. It didn't make any kind of sense. It wasn't original or anything. It was essentially rock, paper, scissors. But if you lost, the person that won told you that you had to go ask somebody out. So it was really dumb.
That sounds like the most schoolyard game possible.
Yeah. But I asked this girl out because I had lost the game, and we were quote unquote dating. However, 6th grade dating, you're not doing anything, and we would just message each other on Facebook, and she broke up with me, and I don't know why.
How dare she?
I don't know why, but something in me told myself that I was she didn't break up with me. I broke up with her, and so. When everybody was I heard that she broke up with you.
Nah.
I was nah, I did. I broke up with her. And to this day, I was why? Why? So if I could just go back and delete that memory, I would.
That's it?
Well, a lot of other things on Facebook too, because that is the start of my digital footprint, my introduction to the internet, and just like leaving my mark on it. I don't think anybody under the age of 15, anybody that can't drive, shouldn't just have free reign on some kind of social media, because they are seriously going to look back and want to die. They don't. It's not good for anybody.
Yeah, just remembering cringy things you've done is one thing, but having like
Evidence, like
Evidence.
right in front of your face that you can go back and look at.
that hurts.
Yeah,
That's what really hurts.
yeah. And just thinking about like, I mean, everybody's done cringy stuff, and everybody's done stuff they regret.
For sure.
But just knowing that I still talk to people that are my friends and were my friends like when I did stuff like that, that hurts. Like it just hurts my insides. But as far as digital legacies go, what do you think about like the fact that whatever you post on the internet, it's always going to be there? This is the first time in human history that you don't have to do something extraordinary to leave your mark on history, because anybody that has been a part of the digital age, it's like you're writing on a wall, except the wall will never like fade or anything.
It's like an old caveman wall or something.
Yeah, a modern day caveman's
Unless something
painting.
goes very wrong.
catastrophically wrong.
It'll be there for however long.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not incredibly active on social media. I think
Right.
I have 2 posts on my Instagram.
become beast.
The Cum Beast, yes. And then the game that we did, the Bean.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. I think that's it on there. I have one Reddit post that I've ever done, and I got 2K upvotes.
nice.
Let's
have-
go, me.
More karma than I will ever have.
Yeah, dude. I had one successful post, and I was like, that's it.
Retire
I'm done.
the
I'm out of the
jersey.
game. That's enough for me. Yeah, I just don't. I feel like my opinion isn't
As
important
valuable.
enough
Yeah,
to like. Why does anyone care?
I'm the same
Why
way.
would I don't.
You know, I don't feel like my life has any kind of like, my life isn't that important or interesting to just constantly post on social media or like update anybody, because, and I say that and then I do this podcast, you know. It's just I wanted to leave something, but I didn't know how to go about doing it because I'm so terrible at like Instagram. And I don't do Facebook. Facebook is just, it's honestly just as entertaining as YouTube. Just going on there and seeing what people are doing, because it's all dumb. It's all terrible, and I hate Facebook, but it's so funny.
Yeah, I've never really had the need for social media or anything because I don't have that many friends. I have like a few close friends, and if I want to keep up with them, I just text them directly. Like we have group chats and stuff, so I've never really
Yeah.
needed to keep in the know about a lot of people.
Yeah,
I just
you live in your own bubble,
Yeah.
and you're okay with that,
I'm-
and there's
I'm
nothing
okay
wrong with that.
I am so down for having a few close friends rather than a bunch of shallow friends. You know.
Yeah, I think when prompted with that question, I think 99% of people would answer the same way you did, but people still, you know, post on social media and update constantly, which isn't a bad thing, but you
Yeah,
know,
I'm not knocking on anyone that does that stuff. It's not for me.
Yeah.
It's not for me. Now, one thing that I would like to do, which would be so dope, is if I could be or create a meme.
Really?
That is popular.
Would you really want to be a meme though?
Yes.
You like,
I think that would be so much fun.
I guess it depends on what kind of meme you were, because if
It was
you
just
were
like a meme face, people don't even have to know it's me. Like,
Well,
I don't have to go on
people-
Ellen or anything.
people are gonna find out.
If there was money.
I don't think Ellen exists
I mean,
anymore.
Ellen, if you want to have me on,
Ellen,
if you want to get me
you're-
before I become a meme when I'm cheap, dog, hit me up.
the meme market, you're investing early.
Yes, invest early, Ellen. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, if I could have like a meme face or just like something like that, that would be cool. I would enjoy that a lot.
But if it were a bad meme,
If it was a cringy meme, I'd probably just kill myself because I can't have that on my conscience.
well, that's the thing. Like
I can't be responsible. I cannot be directly responsible.
there's
for
a lot of
cringe. I
people
won't.
out
I
there
simply
that
won't.
are. It's like they became a meme and then their lives change forever
Mhm.
because it's like, like people don't see you for you, they see you as the meme.
Mhm.
And would you want to be seen as just a joke?
Yeah, that's my whole thing. I'm a funny guy, man. That's all I got. That's comedy.
Yeah.
Comedy is so important to me. Love comedy. Love making people laugh. And if I can make a bunch of people laugh, I'm there, dog. I'm there.
It's rare that I ever laugh like out loud for a meme.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say I rarely laugh at your jokes. I was about to be like, oh my god.
Yeah,
Wow.
no, your your jokes are
Not funny at all, kid.
but no, like, you scroll through something and like you'll blow excess air out of your nose, but
Mhm.
I'm never like bagging up over a meme. I'm never like I'm never like I have to send this to somebody because I'm
Well, yeah,
going to
but
piss my
I
pants
just-
laughing.
Oh, I think it would just be fun. I think it would be fun to be a meme and get recognized by someone going, "Hey, do the thing," and then I'm like, "Ah," and then they're like, "What?" And then that's it. And then that's the interaction.
So your dream digital footprint is becoming a meme.
Yes, I think that would be good fun.
That is an interesting goal. It is not a goal that I share, but I support you in your endeavors.
It wouldn't even have to be like of me. If it was just like if I made like a drawing or something that was
Right.
really funny, and it just kind of became like a template or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
that would be sick.
I think a drawing is more desirable than a picture of myself as a meme.
Like all like the rage faces and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know who the heck did that. It doesn't really matter. But they're still around.
Yeah,
People are still making
It's like
them.
open source at this point.
It's literally like vintage memes. And it's like, that would've been, I could have drawn that. It's just a little doodle thing. If I had done that, dude, and I was seeing it like 20 years later or whatever, that would have been sick.
If you were 5 years old, would you go and draw?
Go and make the
Rage
the
comics?
Rage comics, yeah. I guess I could.
I just can't believe that the troll face in particular has just stuck around.
It's still around.
I'm here for it though, because it's funny. It's just the people just keep reinventing it.
Keep circulating it. Keep adding new layers. It's meta now.
Yeah, I think the evolution of memes, dude.
It's
It's
crazy.
it is.
Where we started. To
Where we
are now.
started,
We're
we
in, like,
started with just-
surrealism right now.
There's definitely I don't know if there'll ever be a class on it. Maybe if you go to like some kind of comedy school or something,
I'm
there'll
sure
be
there's
something.
a college. There's a college somewhere that has a meme history class. You got like Ugandan knuckles and that kind of stuff in there. Harambe. Harambe. People still talk about Harambe.
It's pop culture, and
Yeah.
pop culture is big. So it's never gonna stop. Memes.
There was a time in memes where people would like get upset at like typos and stuff.
Yeah,
Be like, "Wow, nice typo in your meme, dude."
is like
But
grammar
now
Nazi.
it's like if you don't have a typo in your meme, it's like what?
There was a specific point in time where the letter E
Oh,
was just the funniest
that
meme
was
on
a
the
great.
market.
That was a great era. Was it Markiplier or something?
It was Markiplier
the Farquad.
and Lord Farquaad and the letter E.
It's so funny. It's just like why? How did
I
this
don't know.
happen? How did we get here?
It's just
And why is it so funny?
it's because it's counter. It's like counterculture,
It's
but for comedy.
humor, which makes
It's
it
like-
funny.
Nothing about this should be funny to anyone.
Yep.
But here we are.
Laughing at
Cackling.
the existence of the letter E.
Yeah.
It's good times, man.
I remember when we were in high school, or at least when I was in high school, the memes of the day were like deep fried and bass boosted, and
Yeah,
that's carried
that
over.
was an era. That was for sure an
It's
era.
still like probably one of the funnier things for me. So what I wonder is the memes that I grew up with and how they kind of shaped the way I view comedy and what I laugh at are going to be completely different from like the memes my kids like are viewing and creating.
It'll probably come back around. It'll probably do a cycle.
But
It's going
not for long, I don't think. I don't think it's going to, because what happens is like something becomes too mainstream and then we wait or we dig for another meme.
Yeah, I mean,
Like it's almost every month that there's something new. Whether it catches on or not, it's just if one meme has become too big, people stop doing it or laughing at it.
yeah, I think the best example of what you're saying is Uganda Knuckles, which is
Yeah,
this is the way.
the clicking and
Yeah, all that stuff. It was super. It was like a video game. I think it was on
It was VR
chat.
chat.
It was VR chat. Some guy was fat Knuckles and said, "This is the way." Was that?
do you know the
Do
way?
you know the way? Sorry, I'm a little rusty. And
And it was funny for the first
and it
2
was
days.
Funny.
It was
It
hilarious.
just so weird, and it's like how this is just happening.
Yeah.
Stuff like this just happens on the internet, and it was really funny. And then like
Everybody
everyone
did it.
started to say it, and it was everywhere across every platform. And then like Snapchat got a filter of it, and then
Yeah.
you know talking about it on Ellen or whatever. And then it's just like it's not fun anymore.
Yeah. And then the parallel to that right now is sheesh. Like everybody said sheesh
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
I still
3
like
weeks
it.
ago.
I still like saying sheesh.
But now that everybody's saying sheesh,
It is
nobody
a lot
wants to
less,
say
It
sheesh
is a
anymore.
lot less fun, I will admit.
yeah.
But I mean, you're walking down the street, someone goes, sheesh. I'm gonna respond. I'm gonna give him a sheesh back.
Yeah, but what are the odds, you know?
That happened in Wilmington.
No, that guy was just shouting something. He didn't say sheesh.
Did he not?
No.
Oh, now I'm embarrassed. I gotta wipe that memory now.
Yeah.
Very cool. Are you sure?
Yeah,
Oh
no.
my god.
He just yelled something, then Josh yelled back, and I guess you yelled sheesh.
I yelled. Oh my god.
I wish it was more common that people interacted with each other outside of their groups. Like in public like that.
Mm-hmm.
I wish more people were just open to meeting.
I don't even know how society is gonna be after COVID, because like there wasn't really any opportunity to meet anyone new during COVID times, and now that COVID times are lifting, it's like, are people gonna get back out there, or is everyone just used to being inside and people are just gonna keep staying inside?
No.
I saw a news article that said like people are quitting their jobs rather than going back like into the office because they'd rather work remotely.
That is interesting
Yeah.
to think about.
It's
Because
like,
you've seen documents or articles like that, while I've seen a lot of things where people are just, they can't wait to get out of the house. And they like, because we're like doing a film festival like cover, we just see so many things about people who cannot wait to just go to these festivals or go to a concert, stuff like that. It's gonna bounce back for sure and go back to normal. But as far as businesses go, I would wager that they're gonna try to cut back on office usage because it's so cheap to do remote work. Like you don't have to pay for rent. You don't have to pay for electricity in that place that you rent. All the utility bills essentially for that place are done.
I'm sure that could work for some places, but I think a lot of places that need like group stuff would benefit from meeting in person. But there are definitely some jobs where it's just like 9 to 5 in a cubicle. You could stay home. You could stay home.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the start of that.
The thing about
Maybe
that
this is the start of that era. That'd be cool.
The thing about that is that it's gonna bring to light people are gonna have to work through lunch and stuff like that because they don't just get out of the office. Instead, they are at home and that is also their office. Another thing is that people are going to have a hard time disassociating work with home.
Oh yeah, that can be a problem.
Like, I know it's a if I'm studying on my computer, I probably can't do it for an extended period of time because I'm definitely just going to start looking at stuff that is completely unrelated
Yeah.
just because I'm on my computer. So, like school and stuff, I need to be in person. I feel like in order to actually learn something, I need to be like in a classroom and not on the computer. Because if I just, like, last semester, when I would just get up and roll out of bed and get on my computer and join a Zoom call, I wouldn't even turn on my camera, and I would be like falling asleep right then and there. Also, colleges robbed people during COVID, dude.
100%.
You had to pay full tuition
That's really whack.
with, like, you weren't even on campus.
It's pretty crazy that they got away with that, I'm going to be honest.
And then tuition's going up as well
Is it?
Yeah.
Why?
because colleges want money.
Man. I can't. People that know me know that I'm not a fan of college and the whole college ecosystem. I think it is really outdated. And me personally, I got my 2-year
Associates.
electronics engineering degree from Delaware Technical Community College, the best college in the state. That's a joke. And yeah, I don't see why I should take on a bunch of debt just so I have, a piece of paper that says I can do something. I know in, the way it is now, you kind of need it.
You don't necessarily need it. It just makes things easier.
You kind of need it. It definitely helps, but it's like it's not like you did your time, here's your job. You've proven this piece of paper proves that you can do it because everyone's got it now. Everyone's got it. So you got to go up against like 20 other people that have the same degree that you do, and it's like, well, this hasn't gotten me any better.
A lot of companies like experience, and it's a battle between education and experience, because if somebody's been doing a job for 10 years, they should know that job inside and out. If somebody has a 4-year degree, they're educated, but they've only probably had limited experience with that job. And that's where it's like the guy that has education has proven that he can learn and that he can do his chores essentially. And he worked 4 years to get a piece of paper that proves that he's basically worthy. But the guy that has 10 years experience, he knows what he's doing. And
I think experience should far outweigh a piece of paper. Because, like, I don't remember what I learned in college. I don't remember, like, half of that stuff.
granted, you didn't get it in a job that had anything to do with what you learned.
Well, yeah, but still.
I
How
mean,
much do you remember from school?
I held on.
Like, that you could be like, oh, yeah, I remember I could do this pre-calc thing right now.
Well, I suck at math, so I honestly was looking for degrees that I didn't have to handle math in. I'm still looking for degrees that I don't have to like do too much math because I'm not confident in my abilities to solve problems like that.
Basically, what I'm saying is I don't like how heavily weighted having a college degree is over experience. I think experience should be way more important than a piece of paper. But that's just me.
No,
That's
I
just
mean
a
a lot of
theory,
people
a game
share.
theory, etc., etc.
A lot of people share your beliefs, but it's still beneficial to have a degree. And
I know.
it's-
It looks good, and I did it. I got my free scholarship from Delaware Technical Community College. Woo! Seed scholarship. Get it for free. 2 years free tuition. Very cool.
Yeah, in state.
In state. And I did it. I got it done. Me and my friend, when we both got out of college, we both applied for the same position. We had like the exact same resume. I think they had a couple of positions actually. And we went to the job fair together. We did all the stuff. Our stuff was basically identical. And he got the job, and I didn't even get a phone call. So I'm like, all right, what's going on out here, man?
Did he know anybody like that worked there or on the inside? Because what I've
I
noticed
think so.
in my experience is, if you know someone, that is more of a surefire way to get into a
Mhm.
position. Because
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
right,
My dad says that, and it is very true.
I would say it's even more true down south. Like, my dad, he grew up in Boston. He got South Carolina through the military. And he's worked, or he used to work in DuPont. And he worked there for so long. He never got a college degree. But he moved up the ladder because he was just so experienced and he had the military to... The military was his college degree, essentially.
Mhm.
So, and he did a lot of odd jobs too. Like, he would work for several companies, almost like a contractor. But he finally got to Texas after DuPont split. So they like did a split merger with Dow, and there was like 3 companies made out of it. And he realized that down in Texas, a lot of people that are like up there in the workforce, they all know each other, and a lot of families work together too. It's almost like, it's basically, if you grew up here and somebody of your family works in this factory or this plant, then you're probably going to end up working there, and your children are going to probably end up working there.
It's all in the family.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean it makes sense. I'm not gonna say it doesn't make sense. Like, obviously, if you have a position open and your son or whatever is looking for a job, yeah, you're gonna give it to your son. But
Yeah. I mean, in a perfect world, that's not how it's supposed to work, but we don't live in a perfect world.
nope.
Which brings me to a bit of political, like Hong Kong and China and Tiananmen Square.
Oh boy. Are we gonna get canceled? Are we gonna cut it?
China might come after us, but that's nothing new.
Yeah. Good old China.
But I believe recently, because I believe from what I read a while ago, you were allowed to talk about or go to vigils, and basically Tiananmen Square.
Yeah. Inform
Was-
the people of what that was, what that event was.
Well, Tiananmen Square was a protest in the 80s, I believe.
It's around there.
They were basically trying to reform the government in a democratic manner. It was to try to make China's government more democratic. But they got cracked down, and it was a massacre, and a lot of people died, and it was famous. It's iconic, actually. The famous picture of the man standing in the road blocking a column of tanks. And you were not allowed to speak of that in China because they are trying to rewrite their history. So, and with Hong Kong being absorbed into China because they lost their independence, you used to be able to talk about Tiananmen Square, but now, I believe recently, you are banned. Like, you cannot speak of Tiananmen Square, and people are organizing vigils and trying to keep Tiananmen Square in the know because it's not China's right
Yeah.
to just take it away from the people, especially all of those who died. because they believed in a righteous cause.
Chinese people, keep it up. Keep fighting that fight. Chinese government,
Mr. Pooh Bear.
yeah, just not a fan. Not a fan.
I don't know whether or not to feel bad for the Chinese people or not, because there's obviously going to be people that are not okay with the government,
Mm-hmm.
but there's obviously people that are okay with the
Well,
government.
yeah, I mean,
You know,
you're always gonna. I'm sure anywhere, even if there's like a dictator or something, people are gonna be like, "Woo!"
yeah, but
I'm sure there's Putin fans. I'm
No,
sure
yeah,
there's
of course
Kim
there are.
Jong Un fans.
yeah. I don't know about Kim Jong Un. I recently heard that a man was killed by firing squad for selling Western movies in North Korea, and
Very cool.
that isn't surprising news to me, but it's just
Was It was
interesting.
probably like the Twilight movies or something.
yeah. It was
Can't stand
probably
for
like
this. We can't let this in here.
it's probably like 50 Shades of Grey.
Shout out to 50 Shades. There's a trilogy, isn't there? Isn't it a
I
movie
think so.
trilogy? So cool.
Apparently, 50 Shades of Grey was originally written on a BlackBerry, and it was a Twilight fan fiction,
I did know that, yes. It's
which
very-
is hilarious to
very
think about.
interesting.
It's even more funny to think that somebody took the time out of their day to write a book on a BlackBerry. I feel like that's very not fun.
One of my parents had a BlackBerry, and I thought it was the coolest thing that had
Yeah.
ever existed.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, it's got a keyboard. You can just type. Oh my, it's like got the full keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to like press the buttons like 3 times to get a letter. I was like, holy crap.
BlackBerry
This is
used
the
to be the
future, man.
thing.
This is
Like
the
BlackBerry
future.
was a household name, but now
Mhm.
you barely hear of it.
I mean, it's a meme stock.
Other than it
Don't
being
you
a
know?
meme stock.
Don't you know it's a meme?
I'm talking about as far as products go.
Mhm.
Seldom do I ever hear the name BlackBerry come up in like
Yeah, I
a
didn't
phone
I didn't
conversation.
even know they were
or-
still alive until
Neither did I.
until the meme stock thing started.
Yeah, it used to be BlackBerry, and it used to be Nokia because you could throw a Nokia phone into the ground with the force,
Mm-hmm.
and it would just not break. And
Yeah.
I love the pictures or like the stories of people dropping their Nokia and then finding it 10 years later in the ocean, and then it
Still
still
going.
works. Just play Snake on it.
That's another meme stock.
Nokia? Really?
Yeah.
What's the list of meme stocks, Jonah? Enlighten.
Well, there's obviously there's the big ones. There's GameStop and AMC, and then there's BlackBerry. There's Nokia. There's some other ones, but they don't matter. They don't matter.
Really?
It's GameStop and AMC all the way, baby.
Riding the train until it stops?
The train don't stop, Jake. That's the thing. Train don't stop.
The train does slow down. It has.
This isn't the actual train. This is the pre-train.
Oh, this is the pre-boarding. We're
This
just
is
buying
the
our
boarding.
tickets right
yeah,
now.
you're getting the ticket. You can buy a ticket for like $260 right now, I think, for GameStop.
They have a shareholders meeting next Wednesday.
Next
And-
Wednesday on the 9th.
Yeah.
6/9.
6/9.
Mark your calendars. Hopefully we get some big moves around there. But
You've been following it for several months now, since January.
Yes.
So half the year.
Yep.
Everybody thought it was over in January when it
Yeah.
had the initial burst, and then you convinced me to buy some
Yes, sir.
in March.
It was
And it went up, and I was
February.
hype because it went up like over $100 when I had
Yeah,
bought in, and then it crashed down to like 150.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yikes! Well, I'm I'm too far in now."
Yeah, I did my research after the January because I literally I had Robinhood on my phone from a couple years before. I think it was a couple years before, and I got like, because I was like, oh, let's try out this stock market thing. Let me try this bad boy out, and I think I got a Fitbit stock and a GoPro stock. Because they were just cheap. I just got the cheapest thing for like $20, and then they both did terrible
Right?
because it was Fitbit and GoPro, and then like Apple was just killing Fitbit because they just came out with the
Mhm.
Apple Watch. I was like, very cool. So I didn't even look at it for like years, and then yeah, for some reason I was like, I forget what the reason. I was like, I'm gonna. That's right. It was Jake Warwick. Was talking about DraftKings. That's what it was.
Okay,
Because all
yeah.
the sports betting stuff, started. And I was like, you know what? I'll throw some money at DraftKings, sure. And then like a few days later, everyone's talking about GameStop, going crazy. I'm like, what the heck is happening with GameStop? Why is GameStop like?
Trending.
Because from my point of view, I was like, GameStop is a
Dead.
dying
Yeah.
company. No one is going to GameStop anymore. There's no reason to go to GameStop. All the stuff's online. Amazon's, they'll have the game. If you want a physical, Amazon will just give it to you. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, why in the world would GameStop be worth so much money? So I
Mhm.
started doing research onto it. Blah, blah, blah. I tried to buy like $20 of it, like a quarter
From Robinhood.
from Robinhood, because I was just gonna do like a fractional share. I think it was at $50 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Order didn't go through. Wouldn't let me buy it. So I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. That's kind of whack. Whatever. And then all the Robinhood drama started. Price gets up to what was it, 400 something? I think it was like 480.
Yeah, it was high.
I
It was almost
like,
$500.
oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's crazy. And then it crashed, and I was like, well,
You thought you lost all your money.
I didn't have anything in it at that,
Oh, okay.
because I tried to buy some, but it wouldn't let me. So I was like, all right, whatever. I was like, dang, that sucks. I missed it. And I started poking around. I found the Wall Street Bets subreddit. I was like, this is interesting. Did a bunch of research. Learned a lot about the stock market. Very short amount of time. And then somewhere in March, got down to like $40. And I was like, you know what? From what I've seen, I don't think it's over yet. I'm gonna get some shares. God, I think I got 3 or 4 maybe. And then it started going back up. I was like, woo, we're right.
Mm-hmm.
And then I convinced you. You got a couple. And then I went to like 350, and we were like, what?
Yeah.
And then it went down to like 180 in an afternoon.
It was crazy.
I was like, oh my god. And then it didn't do a whole lot.
It's just my luck that as soon as I buy in,
Yeah.
it just
You got
tumbles.
really bad luck, my man.
I have terrible luck,
Yeah.
especially when we were eating. Remember, every time we would order some food, my order would just either be like they'd be out of the food that I wanted to eat, or they'd get my order
You
wrong.
get the wrong order all the time.
I
It's actually crazy how often.
especially Dairy Queen. I go to Dairy Queen. I'm like, do you have this? And they're like, no. All right, can I get this? And I get the wrong thing.
Oh man, ice cream machine broke, bro.
Ice cream machine broke.
So yeah, and then starting this month, or I guess it was last month, in May,
It's been on a pretty steady
we
climb,
we coming back up, baby.
which is nice because it's nice to not be losing money for once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're both green right now.
Not hemorrhaging right now.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Feels good.
Feels very good. So yeah, I basically had a crash course on the stock market, and now I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
I learned very much, and I would say it's definitely one of my main interests. I wouldn't call it a passion yet, but right now I'm enjoying it a lot.
Do you have any advice that you give to somebody interested in the stock market but is a little bit intimidated?
If you want to just goof around, a lot of brokerages have something called a paper account where it's just fake money. You can just, put in. You can just say, "Oh, I want to start with like $10,000, whatever," and it'll be $10,000 of fake money. You can be like, "Okay, if I put this here, put this here, put this here, wait, see what happens," and then you can just see how you would do, and if you get used to how stuff works and get some experience that way.
It's like a trial run.
It's a trial run. There's no risk. It's literally fake money. I think a lot of brokerages have that option.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'd be a good place to start.
And we use Fidelity.
Yes, we do use Fidelity. Fidelity is great.
It's been pretty great. They're
Have
pretty
not let me-
streamlined.
have not let me down so far. The UI kind of sucks, but that is my only complaint.
They said they're updating it though,
They are coming out with an update soon, yeah.
which is nice. You could also do fractional shares on Fidelity.
Which I didn't know.
We aren't sponsored by Fidelity, but hey,
Dude, I'll
you want to swing some GameStop shares our way, Fidelity? I mean, I'm not gonna stop you.
give me a referral code, Fidelity. I've gotten like 4 or 5 people to sign up for Fidelity. Give me a referral code, Fidelity.
Yeah.
Come on, man. But yeah. So we're gonna see what happens with stocks.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna see what happens. I'm hoping for some big stuff. Hope we get that short squeeze. 'Cause that's the end goal. Everyone knows that GameStop and AMC they're not supposed to be this high. Everyone knows that. This is not fundamental value or anything. This is just people are going for the short squeeze, and that's why I'm holding. There actually has been a lot of developments with GameStop where they're moving largely online. So they are making some moves where they might be able to stay above water even after all this, but we shall see. We shall see.
We are by no means financial advisors, and we
No,
do
yeah,
not
yeah.
recommend that you
Don't
purchase any
don't
of this.
listen to me
But
at all. I literally started in January. I don't know anything, dog. I don't know anything, bro. Just yeah. If you wanna goof around, paper account. Other than that, don't listen to anything I said.
it's fun though.
I'm having a great time.
It's interesting.
If I was losing money, I'm sure I would not be having a great time.
No,
Right now, I'm having a great time.
Apple is said to be a little bit down. So if you wanted something a little stable, maybe you could look into something like that.
I honestly, I haven't really been looking at anything else other than the meme stocks, and I'm putting meme stocks in quotes because it's not a meme. It is a meme, but it's not a meme. If you know what I mean.
And with that, I think we can call this episode.
There's one more thing I wanted to talk to you about. Why is it called this podcast? This podcast that we are on. Why is it called 13 Feet and Counting?
Well, Jonah is 6'8",
Yo,
and I am 6'4".
I'm an absolute beast, man. Absolutely massive, man.
And we both are pretty dog at basketball.
Very bad.
But our combined height equals 13 feet tall.
Yes, sir.
That's like, basketball net is 10 feet tall. So just add 3 feet on top of that, you've got our height combined. And since it's episode 2, 13 plus 13, 26 feet, it is the equivalent of the Marilyn Monroe statue, which is in Connecticut right now. 26 feet tall. Pretty crazy. I don't know why they would ever build that. I think it's called the Forever Monroe.
Sure. People really like Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, I mean, all right.
Alright, what you got?
I mean, if you had to choose between Marilyn Monroe,
Yeah.
and Amber from
Oh my god.
Love Island,
Oh my
a
god.
UK-based reality TV show, highly recommend you look it up, especially if you want some practice with a English accent or Scottish or Irish.
They, I think they have Australia, US, and
Yeah, but they're
British.
all.
just
Dog
just
compared
do
to-
Love Island British. That's all you need, man.
Oh, be sure to add subtitles. You can't understand what they're saying
Yeah.
otherwise. But
Yeah, I'm going Amber.
solid
I'm
choice.
taking Amber, dude.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. And she a thick little mama, you know what I mean?
That's a good bridge. Next time we might be talking about girls.
Girls
Girls.
are cool.
Girls are pretty awesome.
Shout out to all you ladies out there.
Definitely not listening to our podcast,
Yeah, they're
but
not anywhere.
if anybody
near
out
us.
there knows a lady, tell them you love them, and give them a big little smooch from us. The two little, the 13 feet
Hell yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, when we get more people on, we have guests and stuff. That's even more footage. Dog.
We'll let you guys know how tall we get.
Yeah, we're going to get very tall.
But
here
with
soon.
that, thank you for listening. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment if you want us to look into anything. I'm Jake. You can find me on Instagram at JakeyJakeIsGreat. Jonah, you're really only active on your Twitter, so
Nah, I mean, I just use that to follow Super Smash Brothers professional players, but
you can find him at Summer Blackbird on
I'm
Twitter.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys, and take care.
Take care, everybody.